All right. Thank you, Floa, and hello. Welcome to Lack of Audio, the video game. No, this is the world next door. Obscure little action-adventure game released on various platforms, including the Switch and PC. The latter being the platform I'm playing on. This is an action-adventure game, but with a combat system that's pretty unique, as you will find out. And yeah, the lack of audio joke is, yeah, there's just some wind ambience on this intro screen here. All right, so there's two things I have to do before the run starts for the purposes of run validation. One of them is already complete. It's showing the version number. You can see it really tiny in the bottom left corner of the screen is version 1.2.0. The second thing is in the settings, I need to we do use the frame limiter here to force the game into 60 FPS, and assist mode needs to be off because with assist mode on, you don't take damage, so there's yeah no danger of dying, and that's not fun. You know, we want some degree of challenge here. Okay. So time will start when I click yes here. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, very first thing, you get a intro cutscene that explains the setting and like premise of the game, but we skip it. So there's two worlds. There's Earth, which as we know it, as actual people, and there's a parallel dimension called Emrys. We're here now. There's an event called the Festival, during which there is there's a lottery, and one lucky person from Emrys gets to go to Earth for a day, and one lucky person from Earth gets to go to Emrys for a day. June here is our playable character, and she is the lucky person from Earth who gets to go to Emrys for a day. So we're talking to Liza here, our online friend that we've been online friends with her for around 6 months at this point. And yeah, she's gonna just basically give us a tour of this area of Emrys. So we're gonna go with her, and we're gonna find Rainy, Liza's friend. We're being introduced here. Now, I picked the second dialogue option here because it's faster. It has 4 text boxes, as opposed to the first option. Not only does it have 8 text boxes versus the second option's 4, the first option also gives you another dialogue choice later on. And that's going to be one of the main things about the speedrun is dialogue routing. You've seen by now how the text boxes kind of progress. Like they spawn in one at a time, so it's... And we can select... there's also ones with 3 dialogue options, as we'll see. We can menu to the third option fast enough that even if it's 1 text box shorter, it's faster. Also, the way I mash through these, dialogue, to these text boxes is, excuse me. Let me figure out my words here. I need to pick this. So I basically rapidly press the X button. I'm using a PS4 controller for this. I press it 3 times in a row. Because this is the kind of game where the first press makes the text instantly appear, and the second one clicks away the text box. So basically, I'm basically covering me doing it slightly early. So I do 3 presses, and then only 2 of them have to be within the text box window. So we've now met Horace, and here we're meeting Cerise. Yeah, Liza here is the typical main character's best friend. Rainy is the typical shy shut-in. So he's the least enthused to be here right now in this shrine that Liza's taking us to. This is a special surprise that Liza had for June. And yeah, Cerise is the bookworm of the group. So now we're going to be introduced to this game's combat system. If you've ever played a puzzle game where you match 3 things, it's a well-known format of puzzle game. This game uses that system as a combat system. So yeah, so there's these ember runes here. They shoot off a fireball when you match them. And yeah, it's matching 3. And yeah, now it shows different ones. The shock runes, they shock and stun people in the spaces themselves and every single space around it. And the strike runes, they're going to be the best runes, and the runes I will generally be going for, as it's just an instant strike. The problem with the fireball and the shock is... the problem with the fireballs and the shock only hits people in the spot itself. And the fireball is a projectile, so if enemies move around, it's going to miss. Because the way targeting works in this game is it'll target the enemy that's closest to you, and it will target the exact position they are when the attack is fired. So, you know, aims where the enemy is instead of where the enemy is going to be. So now something goes wrong. This monster thing comes up. It's called a grievance. And yeah, now we're in a fight. We're locked off. We don't have the help from our friends, and we have to do this by ourselves. So the enemy is in a good position for the shock rune. I'm going to use this purple ones, which we haven't seen yet. These are void runes, and yeah, this is what they do. They shoot a slow-moving void ball that does a considerable burst of damage the first time it hits, and then as long as people stay in it, it keeps damaging them. So we're still locked up from our friends. Our friends are gonna head back the way we came, but we're gonna have to find a different way out. So that pool of green stuff over there, that's a healing well. It's a one-time full heal. One-time use full heal. So here's the second type of enemy. It's a pretty simple one. He just runs at you and tries to punch you in the face. But as you can see, if you kite him around and also stun him at the right time, it's a pretty easy fight. Now we get the best of both worlds, clearly, as we have to now fight both of them at the same time. So when there's multiple enemies, if you are shooting any kind of attack, it will target the enemy closest to you. So yeah, I've got 250 health. That's never going to change. The green runes are the last one. They're healing runes. So I'm gonna link this up because this is a match 3 game, and in match 3 games, it's typical that matching more than 3 does better things. And this game is no different, as when you make matches of 4 or more, you get greater effects. So when you do it with healing, with heal runes, you get healed for more. Fire attacking moves. And yeah, the rest of the runes, or the attacking runes, they do more damage. Alright, so I'm not going to use that healing well, because that last fight I just did, that's the last fight of this dungeon. There's no fight after this. It's the first dungeon, so they essentially just give you a healing pool after every fight. But yeah, this is simple stuff, so no need for it. I may need to use a healing well for safety later on, though. There's some pretty difficult fights up ahead. So that's the final boss. Spoilers. He shows up early. But yeah, it's the final boss, and we've only just started the game. We're 7 minutes into this, so we're leaving. So remember that I said that the lottery thing was that a person could go to the other world for a day. So you have to be back in time. The shrine is off limits. Humans and people are usually not supposed to be there. And because things went wrong, because it went wrong, we didn't get back in time. So now June is stuck in Emrys. The problem is humans cannot naturally survive on Emrys for a prolonged amount of time. So if we don't find a way quickly to still return to Earth, June is going to die. So yeah, we can also use the dash in the overworld now that we've unlocked it. Yeah, you cannot use the dash ability until you get the tutorial for it, which means we can actually dash ahead of Liza and get to the place before she does. Not here though, because she starts way ahead. So I don't have to talk to Liza, just talk to the door, and I can go to sleep. Also, I have my own laptop with my dialogue notes here to help me out with figuring out the dialogue. So yeah, these texts, it's just as fast as you can mash. All right, so these, every morning is gonna start with us texting 3 of our friends. Fortunately, for this first one, the fastest people, the people with the least text boxes, as fast as the mashing is, it is the first 3 people you can text. It's Liza, Horus, and Cerise. And this game has a relationship/friendship system with the dialogue choices you make. Yeah, I need to pick option 2 there. Now I need to pick option 1 for a while, so I can just mash through. So Liza's trying to be positive here and being what's the word? Hopeful that there is a certain way. So Cerise was one of the people we texted because it was fast, because she only has 3 messages. June sends 3 text messages and no response from Cerise because she's passed out from doing research all night on trying to find out how to get us back. So to trigger the next part of the game, I need to do 2 things: talk to Horus and then talk to these 2 new people. Firstly, Lux. She is the typical gossip queen. And then there's Vesper. These 2 are siblings. And Vesper is your typical himbo. So yeah, now we get text from Liza that she's found Cerise and we need to head to the training yard. All right. Let me scroll my dialogue notes down. All right, so talk to the group here. It doesn't matter who the 2 you talk to. Then Horus and Rainy show up, and we're going to discuss what we're about to do about the whole us being stuck here thing. So Cerise has an old map here, and the faster dialogue option is to pick that June doesn't know anything. But what we know, or what we'll figure out here, is that the shrines, they're like, they form a circle or square, however you want to draw the connecting lines, around this area that we find ourselves in, the city of Archaeo. And the shrines surround this city that contains the portal to travel between Emrys and Earth. Yeah, we've done that. Now, so we've got a bit of a load in as the train travels to the next shrine that we're going to visit. So I'll toss it over to Floa for one short message.
Of course. Let me just see what I can quickly talk about in here. For example, Double, I heard you like Indie-thon, and that is great, because if you did not know, Indie-thon is a tri-annual marathon showing off the best of indie games. Their next marathon is coming up on the 3rd of November. For more information, please check out indiethon.com. Indie-thon are our friends. Double here is also involved in Indie-thon, so go show them some love as well. Back to you, Double.
Yep. Genuinely perfect timing. So well done. And yeah, I'm involved with Indython a little bit. I may or may not be a staff member. So yeah, we have a new mechanic now. Now that we're not locked away from our friend's assistance, we can use essence runes to activate our friend powers. Now, the first thing we're going to do is switch to Liza. The game uses Horus for the tutorial, but Liza's way better. So essence runes are created whenever you make a match of 4 or more. I'm not going to be using it too much here because this fight's too short. Like, it's fast. It's not worth it to set up essence runes and just power through it by just unloading all your attacks as fast as possible. Maybe I could have waited with that Ember rune until the Croc enemy died. Yeah. All right, I need to focus on healing a tiny bit here. Because yeah, we're gonna be doing a bunch of fights back to back, so yeah, some health management would be nice here. This is a 2-enemy fight. Yeah, I'll likely actually go for a setup here. Hang on, let me just figure this out. So yeah, now I will actually try to set up a bunch of mixes. Okay. Okay, so make the shape, and now so this is Liza's ability. Look at those health bars go down. Yeah, as you saw it in the tutorial, Horus is a big fireball that comes down very slowly. So if enemies move around a lot, like this enemy is, yeah, that fireball is gonna miss. I believe I need to go this way, actually. Yeah. All right, so here's another fight. These are 2 enemies that are gonna try to punch me in the face. And yeah, this winged enemy, their special ability is to disable one type of rune. It can never be essence runes, though. So yeah, I'm just basically going ring around the rosy with them. Which I kind of need to be careful about, because I don't want to be in a position where... I don't want to be in a position where I'm gonna... the other one is gonna be closest to me the other way around and they're gonna sandwich me. I do want to dash past them. That rune is disabled, so I can't make the combo, but I'll go... Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, they went the opposite ways. Now, I should be safe here. But I gotta heal before people die. Alright, so we need to dip into this room real quick. To pick up this, the Celestial Shrine Key. So something I neglected during the intro is I picked up a thing called the Weird Sword. This is our plot device. So there we go, stun him, blast him, strike him, void him. Okay, cool, that did hit. Grab a little bit of healing here. Oh, there is a void rune here. So yeah, this is another stage that leads itself nicely to have this one enemy that tries to come up and melee me to do a bit of a ring around the rosy. They're already down. And let me grab these essence runes. All right, so I'm gonna set up those shock runes. If the enemy is over them at any point, I can can go for it now. That should be enough for a kill. There we go. Very, very nice. So I'm gonna take this healing well just for safety. It's not super slow to do. And I really don't need it for this boss, but you never know with marathons. This is definitely me playing it safe. All right, so here we have the first actual boss of the game. It's not this pair of hands. That's just part of him. That's the actual boss. He's a big boy. I think he's been watching a bunch of speedruns because he's trying to fight me blindfolded. Okay, so this fight is... There's a cycle I will want to get ahead of. So the shock runes will only hit him if I hit one of the 2 tiles all the way on the right side. So But yeah, I am gonna try the setup for essence runes here. Generally around the same area, because the essence rune spawns in a random spot in any of the spaces of the match of the 4+ match you make. So this here, this here, this here. Yeah, do Liza's ability again. So yeah, not only does Liza's ability have the best damage output, it's also the it's also just in general, it also like is by far the best damage you can do. Okay, so this is so this is not the cycle I want to get ahead, but it's the second one of this that I want to get ahead. If I'm fast enough with my damage, with my damage, I can avoid a second hands cycle, because you cannot activate runes or yeah, you cannot activate runes or hit him. And yeah, his attacks can sometimes disable things. All right, so hopefully he doesn't go into hands during this, because that means this is wasted. Oh, I got him mid-attack, but okay. Oh yeah, okay, there it ended. So I killed him as the second hand started, and they're still slapping me. But I have cutscene invincibility apparently. Okay, I guess that counts as getting out of the cutscene. I haven't gotten that in a while actually. That feels nice. So my plot device sword, it started glowing when the boss was down. I slashed him with it. He disappeared. He turned into sparkles, and now the sword has been imbued with the shrine's magic, which we have no idea what that does yet. We'll find out in just a bit. All right, checking dialogue options again. All right. So now we're on our way back.
Salutar.
Yeah, we're getting some explanations about what grievances are. And yeah, we're getting some answers here that Horus in particular is very pleased with. So we're scoring some friendship points with him. So now that we're back here, once we get a look at the portal here, the marking on the sword, it matches the marking that's now lit up on the portal here.
Saludar. De la compa.
All right. So yeah, all that's left now for now is just to get through the dialogue. So, however, something changed. So Lux and Vesper caught wind of what we were doing. Particularly Lux, and Vesper is just tagging along. And yeah, this is the moment where Lux figures out that June is a human. And as everyone knows, there's not supposed to be a human here because it's the day after.
De la compa.
It's the day after the human was supposed to leave. So Liza is not happy that Lux is here. You know, typical gossip queen and typical main character's best friend. That usually clashes. But because we concede that, you know, Lux knows the secret now that we're a human that's not supposed to be here, the rest of the groups essentially decides it's better if Lux and Vesper just help us out. And yeah, Liza is once again not happy with that, so she just kind of leaves. And yeah, that is the end of day 2. All right, so we're going into day 3 now. All right, so now I need to actually text specific people because the text boxes are shorter. We need to text Liza, Rainy, and Vesper. Okay, so it's day 2, and we're essentially gonna just follow the track that we currently have at this point, which is just to visit the shrine, beat the boss, and get the thing, and yeah,
Team.
it's gonna magically work out somehow.
Macardius. Keitaru said.
So I just So yeah, Liza is still not really over the fact that Lux is coming along. Yeah, Rainy, being a bit frightful here, is trying to convince us not to go to the shrine. But if we do that, we're gonna remain stuck in Emrys and eventually die. So it's just not an option. All right, so now it's up to us to cheer Liza up and get her back on board.
Pinala? Ugh. Nulas.
All right, so there's
Bomia.
a couple people missing right before the festival. So shortly before the end of this game.
Keitaru said.
And Persimmon, in particular, is a person that is missing, which is Liza's girlfriend. And yeah, she just kind of offhandedly mentions this, and doesn't really seem more to it. But yeah, that was all I had to do for the day 3 intro. And we're on our way to the 3rd shrine.
Bomia.
But we've got some dialogue on the train now.
Evo team.
So yeah, Lux and Liza start arguing again. The fastest dialogue option for June to intervene is to tell both of them to chill. Cerise then here calls out on Lux's tendency to provoke people. Horace is then being his aggressive self again. Rainy calls that out. And yeah, just like that. So yeah, after June told both Liza and Lux to chill, Liza just basically left for the other card and is like, I'll see you guys when we get to the shrine. I can't deal with this. So in the first shrine, there was a dialogue choice.
Ascenda? Nilas.
There's a dialogue choice of who was going to stay behind. And the fastest dialogue option was to pick both Cerise and Rain to stay behind. Here we get to actually properly pick our party members. We're going to pick the first 3 because in the speedrun, we're only ever going to use Liza. So level up. So we've leveled up, which basically just means I have 2 Essence Rune shapes now. But again, only Liza for this run. Ooh, that's some nice big damage there. Very fortunate rune layout here. Ooh, I could actually be no damaging this potentially. Yeah, there we go, nice. All right, so new enemy here. We got this goat enemy. He leaves a trail behind that's gonna slow me down if I run over it. All right, so I'm gonna wait here, and then shock him to death. 218. I'm gonna actually skip that. All right, let's see how this fight goes. Yeah, I'll probably end up using Liza here. Nice, got them both. Do I have 5 shock runes? I do. I just need to set them up now. I'm very low on health. I just noticed that. Let me grab this heal real quick, and then... Right. So while that does its thing, I'm gonna grab a quick heal here. So I'm actually going to head back here, because what we've coming up is the hardest fight in the game. So I'm gonna take this heal well, because that's the only one that's there. There's not a healing well up ahead. Because yeah, there's 3 enemies here, and I'm in an incredibly confined space. Also, those Ember runes getting disabled there was not a good thing. I'm getting really beaten up here. All right, that's one of them down. All right, let me just kite this around. I don't have a 5th acid rune. Okay, let me quickly get a heal here. There's the 5th. Okay, so from here I should be safe. I'll die in 1 hit, but as long as I pay attention to the enemy, I should not get hit. I'll pick up a heal for safety here. So yeah, I definitely, if I hadn't taken the heal well with how low health I went, I definitely would have died. So, you know, good decision to take it. Some more healing here. Okay, so I'm gonna line up 5 strike runes because that should be enough to take it out. Yep. Okay. Cool. Alright, I need to backtrack a bit now to here, to where I took the healing well. Go up here. So there's another 3 enemy fight here, but as you can see, there's quite a bit more space here. Oh, I'm taking some hits here. Yeah, I'll start arranging this here. Oh, that was a misplay. All right, nice, nice. Yeah, hit them both. Good, good, good. Also, yeah, sometimes you will see the runes glowing. That means I made a match next to another match, and that powers it up. Oh, I didn't realize there was this many runes here. Or void runes, rather. Alright, so this is the same situation as before. This enemy fires projectiles that I can just dodge. That is not gonna hit. This one should. There we go. And we're gonna get a big hit in there. So yeah, sometimes I'll do attacks anyway that will miss just to clear the field of those runes and get myself some better ones. Particularly, like, trying to get strike runes. Which of these blue ones? Alright, so yeah, coming up as the boss, I'm at 29 health, so I'm most certainly taking the healing well here. Alright, so get the shrine key. The hardest fight in the game that I did, that is what gave me the key to the 4th shrine. So the shrine names are never even really mentioned ever. The only time they're mentioned is when on the keys to open the boss door. So yeah, this is something I want to focus on getting essence runes again. The shock runes will hit him if I hit the spaces adjacent to him. Oh, got one here. Got another essence rune there. All right, cool. Get that in. Try and set up for another essence rune as soon as possible, because there is something bad that's gonna happen here. Because I'm specifically not using Ember runes as much as I can, because the boss is incredibly resistant to them. And yeah, this is what he does. So I used it, but yeah, you saw me use like a bunch there, and it only did 7 damage. Problem is that yeah, that attack he does when it spreads out, that deletes essence runes as well. So I need to Make sure he doesn't mess with that. What was the other zone there? And yeah, this circle also damages me when I stand in it. All right, there we go. That's actually a pretty nice fight. That went well.
Bomnium.
So yeah, sword's glowing again. Slash him, and he turns into sparkles. Turns into sparkles that are gonna power up our sword, light up another thing. And yeah, fortunately, the fastest text option in the... There's 3 dialogues left. Wait, is it? No, there's 2. There's 2 dialogue options left for this day, and both of them, the first option is the fastest, so...
Ha. Oshenda.
So yeah, Lux is just kind of trying to apologize, but not really good at it.
Oshenda.
And then yeah, and then Horus apologized, but he doesn't want to admit it. Yeah, like yeah, Horus is the aggressive, trying to be a tough guy type. So there's a bit of a nice thing that the game does for you is when I try to instead of having to go through the door to end the day, I will end the day. I can end the day immediately.
Salutar.
By when I try to leave this area. I'll get the try to sleep prompt when I leave this area. However, there is a bit of a problem now. There are reports of a human on Emeris. And because I'm not supposed to be here, the authorities are gonna try to arrest me. Or try to arrest June, rather. So yeah, it's very important that we keep up this guys. We've been fooling everyone so far, well, besides Lux and Vesper, that June is normally on Emeris. Normally supposed to be on Emeris and is a native of Emeris. By virtue of the mask she is wearing. This is the thing with June, is she loves wearing masks, and at no point in the game do you actually see June's face. She's always wearing some kind of mask.
Uspenium.
Yeah, here I'll pick the first option. So for this day 4, there's nothing I have to do for the intro. I can just, once the dialogue finishes, immediately go to the shrine. Get on the tram. I've been calling it a train, but it's actually a tram. All right. So I've got a question here to the audience members behind me. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? Well, unfortunately, June doesn't agree with you.
Well,
Vesper has a pineapple pizza, and he asks whether June wants a slice. The fastest dialogue option is to politely say no. Shout out to the funnier dialogue option. Shout out to the funnier dialogue option, option 3, of saying, I'm gonna call the cops on whoever ordered this.
I would say that June has made the right decision.
Even team. Uspenium.
All right, so now we're on the Undercroft Shrine, which is very spooky with a lot of
Amor?
cult-like stuff happening down here.
Even team.
All right, so same deal as before. We're only ever gonna use Liza, so we'll pick the four fastest options. Unfortunately, I can't mash because the options that you've already selected stay on, because the game will give you the ability to remove members from your party. Now we're gonna level up again, which is gonna give us 3 shapes. So it's gonna give us an L shape, but we're not gonna take an L, and just gonna keep using the original shape. So now we've got this new ghost-like enemy, but they're cheating. Because what their ability is stealing our runes. But not only that, they can activate runes when there's only 2 of them present. This is a match 3 game, and you're doing matches of 2. That is very much cheating. No, you don't get that strike rune. So I likely will not want to go for an enemy ability here. Also, yes, it is possible to activate for both of you to activate the rune at the same time and both get the effect of it. Oh no, this. There we go. Big fireball takes them out. So that wasn't too hard, but now we have the basic first enemy along with this. So here it's kind of important that I take heal runes whenever I can, even if I'm at full health, just to take them away from the enemy and not letting them heal. Also, the strike runes are particularly nasty because they slow you down for ages when you get hit by them. Like that. Luckily... No, you don't get that. Luckily, the ghost cannot steal essence runes. Okay, send this void rune at him. Oh, just 13 health. Let me get this blue. Move. No, I don't need a healing well. So now there's 3 enemies. This is definitely one of the more obnoxious fights / difficult fights. So I'm definitely gonna need Liza's help here. I'll take this health rune. Oh, you bastard. Good play, but still, you bastard. There's the strike runes too. Yeah, I'm taking hits here. Okay, move this here. Oh, move this here and then do it. Heal up. Quickly now. Okay, I definitely have enough strike runes now. So yeah, for speed purposes, I don't necessarily want to make 5 and then make the match. It does help. It does help to make multiple essence runes, because as I mentioned before, they spawn as I'm about to die. So I'm gonna actually go focus mode for a bit. So I'll throw it over to Floa.
Well, I can definitely say something.
Yeah, you have a lot more time now.
Well, how about I tell you a lot about these awesome prizes that you can win if you donate. For example, we've got some plushies here. We've got a... Let me see if I read this correctly, because the font is kind of weird in here. We've got a Belly Bolt plushie, a Kirby plushie, and a Bennett plushie. Some of these plushies are sponsored by Renabo. And Renabo is a plush maker and game developer who is currently working on Floating Wonderland, which is a retro-style 2D puzzle platformer that uses gravity to solve puzzles as you progress through several different stages. You can wishlist it now on Steam and follow at Renabo Games on Twitter for updates. And let me just say, if you type in !prizes, you can see some more of this. And yeah, let me just say, some of these look very amazing. They look really cute. You definitely want to go get them. All right. Want me to talk some more?
Oh, that's actually perfect, because, yeah, I just wrapped up this fight now. All right, fine. I thought I was fine at 188 health, but guess I'd have to eat my words, so sure, I'll take a health up here. Definitely activated that too early. Okay. All right, you come over here. Okay. I think I want to compile it down here. Okay, so yeah, this is a bit of an awkward room. It's very well, it leads itself well to the ring around the rosy, but when you do that, yeah, the strike runes are just everywhere, so Where is this one? Oh, you. One health, nice. Oh, if that void room would have hit, that would have been very nice. Okay, that should get the kill. Do I go down? Yeah, I do go down here. To the left was an optional room. All right, so yeah, now that enemy down there is in a confined space, so I can't hit him with shock runes. Can hit the ghost with shock runes though. I want to set up the essence rune there. Ah, got me. Yeah, you come over here and shock. Okay, get a 4-way, 5-way heal there. If I dodge in time, I can actually dodge when strike runes get thrown at me and also when enemies try to punch me. Okay. Trying to set up a shock rune here. There we go. Okay, that's one enemy down. Okay, I need one more here. Okay, I'm one hit away. Let me get some health. Nice, there we go. All right, so I had this way first to grab this item here, which is the shrine key. What is this made out of? I don't think we ever find out. All right, definitely take this heal. Oh, use the shrine key. All right, so coming up, we've got not really the most difficult boss fight, but definitely the most obnoxious. Right, set that up. Okay, so the boss has essentially a couple of abilities. Yeah, so anytime you try to use a heal rune, the heal goes to the boss instead. So I'm gonna want to split those up. So on top of it, there's this like constant void ball it can throw at me. And yeah, there's also this enemy. The enemy, I can't remove him. I can defeat him, but it will just... Oh, that hit both of us. That's not good. That's dealing a lot of damage to me. And yeah, it can also change on you what... it can change rune colors on you. So yeah, now positioning is very important. Because it's specifically the boss I want to take out. Can I hit the boss? That's not going to do enough damage. All right, you, come close to me. Yeah, see, that's the enemy down. Well, yeah. So after a bit, it would have respawned. But yeah, it takes a bit before it happens, so I took out the remaining boss's health within that time. All right, so we're getting kind of close to the end of the game. We got a nice pace going. I have one death, unfortunately, but that's okay. One death is fine. Yeah, Horus is not feeling too great for some reason. And yeah, if you're playing this casually, it'll happen to whichever friend you have the best like friendship value with. So we pick 4 characters to accompany us into the shrine. 2 of them behind. We leave 2 of them behind, and because the speedrun, it's Lux and Vesper who we leave behind because they're the latest options. They've been arrested because yeah, our group has been tied to this human that's supposedly around on Emrys with the reports and the authorities. So yeah, Lux and Vesper have been arrested, and yeah, we're a little worried about them. I need to talk to a few people here before I can wrap up this day.
Pamul. Omnium. Evu team.
Talk to Cerise.
Minara. Salutar.
And now we trigger the next part. And we wrap up the day. All right, so now we're into day 5. All right, so I'm going to text Liza here as the first one. And because 2 people have been arrested, their phones have been taken away, so I'm going to pick Lux and Vesper. Yeah, we're still very worried about them. But as it turns out, they're completely fine. They escaped the cops. So Lux is actually studying to be a lawyer, so because she's super good at arguing. Oh, I believe I need to head over here. Okay, no, that's actually not what I need to do. Little bit of an oopsie. Okay. No, I don't need to talk to Horus or Rainy. I believe I need to go to the place where the portal is. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh no, I need to talk to the group. There you go. So, Cerise has done, continuously been doing research. And she found out that that weird sword we picked up has the ability to cut through dimensions. The problem is we kind of agreed never to hit the first shrine because there was that scary final boss. And yeah, so Cerise says the bad news is we do have to go to that first shrine and beat that final boss. So now we have a one-on-one with Liza here, and she admits to us that it's her fault that we're actually stuck here. There's a couple of shady people that kidnapped Persimmon and Paxton. So that's why they went missing, and yeah, those shady people would only let them go if Liza made sure that we would be stuck here on Emrys. So yeah, Eliza basically got blackmailed into this. It's up to you. It's up to you to decide if you think that's worth forgiving or not.
Venera. Evu team.
All right, so we can go back to the first shrine now. First shrine now. All right, so we're gonna be going there now. Yeah, Liza also feels bad about being blackmailed into this, and
Nilas.
Salutar.
and yeah, one more thing is that the lottery was rigged to make sure June would be the Earthling winner, so she would be here. And yeah, that's how we got roped into this. So Cerise and Lux went ahead of us, so they're already here. So there's a couple fights I have to do, and yeah, Horus is still feeling weird.
Shenda.
So yeah, this is why at one point earlier on in day 2 that Liza mentions Persimmon and that she's her girlfriend and everything. I'm gonna have some really good, really lucky spawns here. Like a lot of them already lined up without me needing to do anything. So yeah, there's 2 of these basic enemies, and then this goat enemy that runs at you and leaves a slowing trail. Right, so activate this. Try and set up the next one. Just unload as much as I can. And yeah, that is that fight done. Actually, do I... Yeah, I am actually going to take this for safety, because the final boss fight is coming up. It's just that one fight. There's other things you can do, but that's all optional. The final boss right here. So Horus is really feeling badly. So Cerise now figures out that Horus is turning into one of these monsters we've been fighting because of exposure to magic. Because that's how... Because that's what the grievances are. They're normal people from Emrys that got exposed to too much magic, and yeah, they turn into monsters. Well, here's the final boss. So this fight is... it's not great. So most bosses that move around the area itself, the previous boss we fought does this as well, is... they're not affected by the stuns from the shock runes. It'll shock them still. Now this final boss, he will try to attack you. So yeah, he can disable runes, so disable spacers, so I can't use the runes on them. And if he physically attacks and hits me, like there, I'm gonna take a bit of damage over time, and my dash is disabled. And yeah, he can also do that. Just jump across the line and replace the runes. And yeah, that erases essence runes. So I can get lucky here. Yeah, so I got it off. That will be helpful. Unfortunately, he moves around a lot, so the orbs kind of weren't able to keep up with him. So, which he didn't do too much damage. Alright, so just gotta wail on this guy, try and get in every bit of damage I can. I'll try and set up an essence rune here, but I shouldn't need it at this point with the health he's at. But yeah, the strike runes especially are gonna be important here, because they technically can miss, but they'll hit optimally enough then he can do it. Okay, so he's at 1 health now. I need him, yeah, to go there and then hit him. Wait for him to be in that spot with 1 health, then hit 1 attack, and he's done. So that is the final boss finished off. And yeah, same thing as before. We defeat him with the sword. And now we've got the power of all 4 runes. So yeah, we've succeeded. We have our tools to get home now. So Horus is still doing very bad though.
Salutar.
All right, so audience, I'm gonna leave this decision to you. I've mentioned that Liza got blackmailed into forcing us to be stuck here. She feels very bad about it, but she still did it. Do we forgive her, yes or no?
Yes. No. No.
I'm hearing more no's than yeses.
Then yes. No. Yes. Controversy. We need controversy.
I would say we forgive her.
Hamul. Skvenium.
Salutar.
All right, so Liza is essentially Liza's gonna admit what she admitted to us to everyone now. Can you ever forgive me? Of course I forgive you. So reason I put it up to audience is because there is actually a difference here, whether you forgive her or not. I'll get to when we get to it. So tech, get ready on time because we're almost done. So what's gonna happen here is we're gonna open the portal with the sword. We're gonna leave and Lux is gonna get everyone together for a selfie. Yeah, so she counts it down. But it doesn't work as a countdown for time, so we're not using that. But once she takes the picture, the screen will fade to black. When it's fully faded to black, that's when time is. And yeah, looking at the timer on the main screen, I'm satisfied. A little bit over an hour. And yeah, Horus is gonna give some final words to you here. The character that you have the best friendship value with is who you do this with. As well as the character you have the highest friendship value with is the person that will start feeling unwell and start turning into a monster from all the magic. So yeah, there's a little bit of dialogue to go through before we get to the end. So yeah, bundle up. 1, 2, 3, and time. So that, ladies and gentlemen, people, is The World Next Door. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a cheeky little game. My favorite thing about it is the thing I've been doing the entire game, which is using the match 3 puzzle format as a combat system. Now, to explain the choice between forgiving Liza or not, we're actually going to see the selfie that Lux just made. And the selfie you're going to see, it will be the selfie that you get if you choose to forgive Liza. So yeah, it's going to come up in just a bit. Yeah, this is it. Liza's all happy and if you don't forgive her, it's just the 5 people and Liza is just off in the background looking sad. So yeah, it's a tiny difference, but hey, it's a nice touch. We love nice touches in our video games. So yeah, I'll throw it back over to Floa here. I got Trauma Under the Knife coming up near the end of the marathon, and there it is. Paxton and Persimmon have now been returned, as the blackmailing people promised. Yeah. So I got Trauma Under the Knife race with Leo Kedron coming up later, and as well as many other great runs, including the next one that Floa will announce.
All right, thank you very much, Double, for this amazing run of The World Next Door. Coming up next, we've got We've got RDV versus the world with Pikmin 3 Deluxe All Fruits. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short intermission.